Hello, my name is Ryan McElhaney. On May 13th, 2009, I was coming home from work at 4:30 in the afternoon when I fell asleep behind the wheel. My truck left the road and struck a telephone pole. The truck had so much momentum that after I had went through the telephone pole, I hit a big oak tree. The truck immediately caught on fire after impact. I broke my right femur. I have a rod and 3 screws in it. 30% of my body was burnt. I suffered 2nd, 3rd, and almost 4th degree burns. I had to be life flighted to a local hospital. If I would have stepped back and assessed the situation and how fatigued I really was, I would have never got behind the wheel of that automobile. Had to go through what I had to go through.
When did you start to feel the pain of the burns?
Well, when I was first in the vehicle, it felt like somebody had a cigarette lighter up to me. And then, like, on my legs after the shock took place, it felt like needles, like 1,000 needles poking my leg. But the most pain come from whenever I was outside the vehicle, and then that's when the pain set in.
Can you describe the pain after you got out of the vehicle?
It was unbelievable, like nothing like I've ever felt before. It was just throbbing all over. Don't recommend driving behind the wheel while sleeping, because it's no fun at all.
So what advice would you give to other young men and women in this particular case? What advice?
Step back and assess. If you're tired, don't drive. There's nothing, nowhere you got to be, nothing you got to do that's so important that you should get behind the wheel like I did while you're tired, because you may get by with it, but then again, may not. I didn't know I was going to get in a wreck when I got behind there. It's not a good idea to drive while tired.
So how long was the recovery in the hospital?
The recovery in the hospital, it was 2 days shy of a month.
Did you have to go to treatment afterwards?
Yes, sir. I had about 90 days of physical therapy I had to go to once I got out of the hospital.
Have you ever thought about what emotion your parents went through when they got the call that you'd been involved in a car accident?
I could not answer that, because there's no telling what they could have went through or what they went through. I'm pretty sure Mama was in a panic and a shock.
How did your parents respond when they saw you at the hospital?
To be quite honest with you, I don't know, because I had so much morphine in me.
Have you talked to your parents since the accident about what they went through?
Mama was stressed out, and Dad, all my family was stressed out, and just one big ball of stress. If I would have stepped back and assessed the situation on how fatigued I was, I would not to this day have 30% of my body burnt and scarred.